So the Lions, we're going to set it up right now. Season complete. We're looking at the offseason. Free agency starts in about a month, as a matter of fact. Just to re-rack, cap space situation. Your Detroit Lions, as they sit right now, they are 10th in the NFL in available cap space at just under $16 million. I'll discuss in a minute. To give you context, the Chicago Bears are number 1 in the NFL at $98.5 million in cap space. Second, just to give you some context of where the Bears sit, at number 1 with $98.5 million, the Falcons are second with $56.5 million.
Jeez.
So the Khalil Mack thing, like all those moves they made, it's bearing fruit right now. A rookie quarterback contract on the books. That's why like this stuff where the people say that the Bears have to draft a quarterback is folly to me.
Yeah, I don't do it.
That's folly to me.
Well, the
but
question
whatever.
to answer, just off topic, is do you feel the Bears feel that Justin Fields is a quarterback? Because I do. So I don't think.
Right.
I think they're just in a great position.
We'll do the Bears next week. How about that? We'll do since they have so much money. We'll do the Bears next week.
Hey, apropos for you, the most money wins.
Most money wins. Just to give you some other context, the league average of cap space as it sits right now. Don't worry, we're going to go to work on the Lions roster in a minute. This is Spenmo's favorite part. League average right now is about $5.7 million in cap space. The Buccaneers are the worst. They're $55.5 million over the cap right now.
How does it even like? Why put a cap if you can go $50 million over it?
Well, that's because of all the backloaded bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everything that accelerates and comes due. And that's Tom Brady's bonuses are backloaded. They're sitting on the cap right now at $35 million for next year, even though he's not under contract. But, there's not a cap in the NFL. Yeah. Tell that to the Buccaneers right now.
Yeah.
Tell that to the Buccaneers. Chris Godwin's a $24 million cap hit. The Bills coming due. That's really the point that I'll make about that. So they'll have to go to work, and they'll have to take the scissors to it. And, if you guys got any questions, by no means am I an NFL GM. I will do the best I can to get you the answers. But Spenmo, D-Mac, you guys ready? Got the lay of the land?
Lay of the land.
Okay. So I'm going to manage this roster. We got 15.8. Jared Goff we like, right?
Yes.
We do. Taylor Decker we like. Frank Ragnow we like.
Yes.
Romeo Okwara. We can keep him. He's a $14.5 million cap hit, but he's $7 million of dead cap space. I can add you $7.5 million if you want to cut him.
Yeah.
Spencer's conflicted.
Well, right.
It's getting folks, it's getting real here.
I think that the money there, the $7.5 million, is better. You can go and spend that. It's the injury, Spenny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that is the injury? It's the availability, right? If I know he's available, where are you at? Because I think we're in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could go either way because you could cut Okwara and then replace him with a Tyree Wilson or a Miles Murphy in this year's draft.
I'll put it this way. I think this is how you should look at it. Would anybody lose sleep if the Detroit Lions cut Romeo Okwara? Would anybody be questioning Brad Holmes if they decided to do that? I would not. I think that maybe you could, a healthy Josh Pascal could take over that production. That Romeo Okwara didn't even really have last year because he was hurt. So to me, if they want to add a little bit of cap space, I would have no problem with them cutting Romeo Okwara.
Yeah, real quick, I don't think that they're missing out because they
never
didn't
had
have him. Yeah,
right.
So I think does that play into it? I think, Neal.
Yeah, I think it does. I think the sentiment is that the majority of the people are saying, you need to cut it. So I'm going to cut it.
Cut it.
Yep, you got to cut it.
You are Holmes' right-hand guy,
I am.
so you get final say.
So just like that, we have 23.3, which would then put us just under the Ravens. Still in 10th place, but just under the Ravens. Michael Brockers.
Cut.
We're not even going to discuss it.
Gone.
We're just going to move on. I'm going to save you about $10 million in cap space there.
Crazy.
Well, they had to restructure because and here's where this comes back into play, and I won't have the slander on the man's name because Trey Flowers And Jamie Collins were your highest paid free agents. So they had to restructure Brockers.
Yeah.
Because that was a Brad Holmes guy. They had to restructure them. So they had to punt some down the road. Now the bill comes due on that. So again, I'm not going to crush them on that, dude. They did what they had to do. $33.3 million in cap space as we sit right now.
Now you're doing that under the guise that there's somebody that either like Pascal, I believe, step up and play, or you're going to go out and find somebody or like a veteran, because there's a question in so Vincent Law. I don't think you're missing out on these two guys.
You got Charles Harris.
Understand?
Yeah, you still got a guy with a 7.5, 8 sack season on his resume. So it's not like you have nothing.
And I don't think, and isn't it the rushers, the edge rushers, isn't it more a young guy's game? And in the interior defensive tackle, you want the veteran guy? Isn't that the way we're leaning towards?
There's some angle to that.
Like, you look at our guys. What do you need a veteran outside rusher when you got a Hutch in Houston?
Right. Vaitai.
Cut.
Back surgery, man.
Cut.
Hate to do it, but that's the way that it is. And I'm going to save you about $6 million in space.
Yeah, it sucks. I like Big V.
39.3.
Yeah. So it's one of those sad realities, man, where it's probably going to go down that way too. So we cut him. We're at 39.9 now. Boom. You see us cooking?
I see us cooking.
You see us cooking? We're just under 40. And again, the other teams haven't done that, but that puts us into 5th place in available cap space. Right above the Patriots, but below the Giants. Remember, the Giants don't have a quarterback on the roster for next year.
Back.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
You got to take this all into account here. So it's fluid. I think the Lions are at $40 million right now, and I think we're all very comfortable with the roster.
I would say so, yes.
Tracy Walker.
Holding on to him. He says he's going to be ready for OTAs.
That's what that's what he says. So, and just trying to take a look at it real quick. He's an $11 million number.
Yeah, you're keeping him.
You're keeping him. You're keeping him.
That's a
No
huge
question.
veteran to have on the back end of your defense.
You might actually
No
get
doubt.
more because he missed the season and come back with less, wear and tear.
Yeah,
I
and
like Tracy Walker.
actually, his dead cap number is higher than his salary number. So yeah, that's a definite.
Yeah, Tracy's the man.
Jeff Okuda.
Keep him.
Okuda, Sam Flannel. He's going to be 10.6 hit, a 5.5 dead cap. I can save you $5 million. But you need a cornerback somewhere.
I would probably keep him.
Keep him.
I'm paying him.
Yeah.
I'm paying him one more year, and you can't. You got too much invested, and I get it to the question, but at $10 million and to see what I think you have to pay him. I think there's still something there, and they might think. But again, Neal, doesn't it come down to what they think? We'll find out with what they
100%.
think. It wouldn't surprise if they cut him.
If I had to
I'm
bet
not,
on it, they're going to keep him. If
Yeah,
I had to
they're gonna
bet on
keep-
it, they're going to keep him. But just remember, though, that doesn't ignore the reality of what you are. He's an $11 million cornerback then. That's what it is. So that's what the expectations are.
I think you can perform at that level.
Okay. It's just how I'm going to view it. Like, you are an $11 million cornerback then.
Yeah.
So there comes a level of expectation with that.
Oh, for sure.
A level of competency.
I like Okuda, man. I think he can get it together next year.
He had moments.
He had a lot of moments.
All right, so I'm curious to see where people are with this one, because I think we're pretty much through the question marks as far as people you're going to cut, except for this last one before we go to the break. Charles Harris. He's going to cost you $8 on your cap because you paid him a little less last year. He's on a $6 million AAV deal, but you paid him less, so you got to make it up on the back end. He's an $8 million cap hit. He's $4 million a dead cap.
yeah, if there's the guy that you keep, but also too is hopefully he produces like he's in his contract year again because he had a great year.
I'd
So
keep Harris.
CJ Schneider says I would cut Harris before I cut Romeo, in my opinion.
I probably would too, but Romeo gives you extra $3 million.
Romeo, health wise, isn't worth that extra $6 million to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't believe he's healthy. Like, these are all the questions.
I'm surprised about the number of cuts in the chat with Charles Harris, because wasn't it just said, right, like veteran edge rusher was a position of need,
Yeah.
right? People say that.
Yeah.
Well, they
And
said if
so-
we're going to cut all the guy who's going to be the veteran edge rusher. So, I guess, but you would expect them to at least cut one of them.
CJ
But
says
not keep
Harris
both.
isn't healthy either. That's
He
fair.
wasn't last year, yeah. But you look at, if you cut Romeo, you got what? Houston, Hutch, Pascal, Julian Okwara,
Charles
Harris, and then probably a rookie.
So that we're gonna stay with them then.
I would keep him, yeah.
Okay, so we're staying with them. So we are what we are at this point. We got about $40 million in cap space. We don't have a backup quarterback. We have one quarterback under contract. We have 3 running backs under contract. That's easy, though. 8 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 center, 3 guards, a left tackle, a right tackle, 3 outside linebackers, no inside linebackers. They're signing Anzalone, just to get people aware, just to get them aware.
What's it going to cost?
I would imagine around the same ball, 3-ish, 2-ish, 3-ish, around there. So that's where we sit, everybody, and we agreed on this. We all agreed on this.